Hello, everyone. How art thou? Thou art awesome. I have spoken. This is the way. Let's get this iPad out of here. All right. Welcome back, one and all, for your weekly hangout with the captain. Your channel. Welcome. Ooh, we got a lot of super chats in right away, which is awesome. I want you guys to kill it with super chats today. Really would help us out. So if you can, super chat, please do. There's a lot to talk about with this episode. And yet nothing, which is awesome. Hold on a second. I can hear myself. That's not good. All right. So we're here today to talk about a thing. A mathematically perfect redemption. All I could say after watching this episode was, what the hell did I just watch? Yes, sir. Going for that least good, I mean, possibly worst, least good. It's still Lower Decks, still good, but it's the least good episode of Lower Decks, I gotta say. What the hell, man? I hated Peanut Hamper to begin with. Now I hate Peanut Hamper even more. I was hoping for some kind of redemption. I didn't get it. What the hell, man? What the hell, man? Anyway, welcome back, guys. All right, let's just get to the super chats right away. Welcome to everybody that's here, by the way. My God. Pugs. Peter Lacaco, $5. Set a course for areolas. Or for... Yeah, I love areolas. Yes, Ozzy, thank you. I am feeling a bit better today. Everett Johnson, it was a fun episode for me. The exocomp was still just as annoying as before, but that's who she is as a character, so I shouldn't be surprised. Waiting for Badgie to show up again after seeing it. Yeah. Solaris, the long hauler, says, I wonder what would happen if someone found, if something like that on this plate. I wonder what would happen if someone found something like that on this plate. What plate? What's something like what? Everett Johnson, after seeing it float in the debris, LOL, didn't notice it cut off that bit. Joseph says this one was a miss for me. Me also. Olivia, our president and moderator, puts in $5, so thank you. What the fuck did I just watch? This better be a prologue to something good. This episode was short, but seemed like the longest. Every minute was awkward. Well, it's Avatar. It's Avatar or Dances with Wolves, Lower Deck style now, isn't it? So, Olivia throws in another $2. Okay, the Valley Girl exocomp needs to be killed off. Yes, 100% agree. Ozzy throws in $2. Long live Peanut Hamper. Okie dokie. Ozzy, you're officially fired. Peanut Hamper can fucking die. It's a good way to start this. BJ says, best references, recycling of Picard canon junk. Oh, free cloud. Mark says, this episode had me shaking my head. Terrence Childs, they should have left those machines obtain sentience. That damn machine deserted everybody when it was needed the most. Terrence says if that's a sentient machine, then it's in trouble. That what it did, the desertion under fire. Yes, it is in trouble. It's locked up now, don't you know? Mark says, I did like the different intro showing how this would be Peanut Hamper episode, though. Yes, that was a nice touch. There are a few nice touches in this one. And honestly, it's a good 5-minute long episode. Just the battle is all you need. The battle was great. The ships were cool. And it definitely we talk about the ships this weekend. There's two really good episodes that are coming out this weekend from us, so check that out. But the ships and the battle were pretty awesome. Peter Lukaku, $5. Cool episode. I'm going to watch something else now. LOL. Terrence says, hello, everyone from the great state of Maryland. That is in the United States of America. Where are you all from? I am from London, Ontario, Canada. Where's everybody else from? What the hell was this episode? This episode was a big miss for me. Yes, Jeremy, I agree. Sergeant Montgomery, $2. Did Agamus and Peanut Hamper plan the Mars attack? I mean, damn, that would be awesome. Maybe that could be why sentient androids are banned in the Federation, because of these little bastards. I think it's leading up to something where they're going to be a threat at some point. So, long live the pugs. Hola, says Matt. Sergeant Montgomery says, all I can give, Captain. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. That's all right. Don't worry, Sergeant Montgomery. Project Achieva. I know Captain loves Peanut Hamper, so here is an entire episode devoted to her and bird people. Ozzy says, oh, hi, Matt. The Holy Gabriel says, hey, Cap, hope your evening is going well. And hello to all my favorite Trekyardians. Eric F., you got a future villain origin story. Yes, you do. Harrison Wells says, in my opinion, trashiest episode of Lower Decks. I tend to agree. This is the worst one, in my opinion. Matt Boardman, yeah, Peanut Hamper can malfunction, and I won't be sad. This episode was for the birds. Good one, Chuck. Samuel says, have fun. I will. Thank you, Samuel. Matt Boardman, this felt like the animated style, or the animated series style episode. It didn't, though. It didn't even feel like a goddamn episode of Lower Decks. It felt like, I didn't think we were going to see the Cerritos crew at all, first of all, during this episode. I'm glad we did. But it felt more like a lot of people are comparing it to Rick and Morty, which I'm not a huge Rick and Morty fan, so I get it, because I was not a fan of this one either. So, seriously, what the hell was that? Mark says, sounding a lot better, Captain. I am. Thank you so much. Planet, spell check, no help. Okay. Sean O'Sullivan, ugh, it's 3 a.m. and I have insomnia from anxiety. Still, though, Jeffrey Combs, and we had the return of J.G. Hertzler as the, I forget the name of the scavengers now, but he was back in that role, so it was a bird-brained idea. Indeed. The Holy Gabriel, I hope Agamus and Peanut Hamper do something to piss off the Romulan zealots from Picard Season 1 and ultimately end up being what drives them to the android virus to attack the Martian shipyard. That'd be a great tie-in, actually. Eric F., I like that they are not afraid to change things up once in a while. I also like that, but I wish they'd change it up in a way that didn't suck. Eric Martin throws in $5. Phaser straps in action were the only high point. Phaser straps. Oh, by the way, this episode of Captain Foley First Reaction Hangout is sponsored by Star Trek Ships of the Line calendar. Actually, it's not. But Calendar Club provided these to Eric Martin, and he got me two. I got two here. So giving a shout out to Calendar Club. Thank you so much. You can find them. They're kind of like Spirit Halloween. They pop up in like dead stores over the holiday season, and you get some really cool calendars. I always get Ships of the Line every goddamn year. Matt, yes, I know you need to send me some with autographs, and yet here I wait. I am suspicious that you don't have any. Matt has contributed to some of these, our very own Matt Boardman. So we're going to take a look through this one, actually, before we talk more about the episode, and go from there. I also have one waiting for me in Toronto, because this year there is a cutaway of the, is it the Defiant? I believe it's the Defiant. Yes, the Defiant. And that was done by James Cushman. Do I have something to open this with? That is the question. I should. That'll work. All right. We're going to crack into this, then we'll talk about the episode. This is not officially sponsored by Calendar Club or Ships of the Line or anything, but Eric Martin was kind enough to give this to me, and yeah, I still need some from Matt Boardman with autographs. But yeah, Ships of the Line, there they are on the back. You got all the pretty pictures. We're going to take a look through it real quick right now, because I don't want to talk about this fucking episode. This is awful. So, there we go. Defiance doing their thing. Oh, by the way, spoilers, guys, if you like to keep these for surprises when you open them up, you're going to see what's going on. Who did this one? Was this done by Matt Boardman? This was Thomas Maroney from Star Trek Online, Sacrifice of Angels. This one is Chris Cardwell. I love that I know pretty much everybody that contributed to these, but I do not know Chris Cardwell, just for the record. So, beautiful Excelsior with a relay station. Next up is Dan Aino, Chili Peppers for Commander Dominguez. Ah, yes. That's great, yeah. This is from Arena, obviously. Before Arena, but there you go. You got the Enterprise, you got the space station, you got a Miranda, TOS Miranda style without the roll bar, and a Saladin, Hermes class, whatever you want to call it, up there. Beautiful, beautiful picture. The First Enterprise Bridge from the Cage by Donnie Versega. Donnie's awesome. I know Donnie. And this is one of my favorite TOS bridges. Right there. I love the color scheme. It's not loud and obnoxious and in your face. It's very muted and nice. And yeah, Donnie does do amazing work, Matt. Yes. Who's next? Alain Rivard. I know Mr. Alain Rivard. He's kind of a... Anyway. There it is. Battling the Borg. You got a Miranda class over here. And then whatever the hell that is. Mr. Alain Rivard doesn't like Trekyards for a reason. But whatever, we're not going to get into that. Joint Vulcan Science Expedition by Mr. Matt Boardman. Oh, it's just fucking crap. We're just going to go right by that. Just going to ignore June. We're going to go to the centerfold. There it is. The Cutaway, done by the awesome Cushman, James Cushman. Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, I have one. Mr. James Cushman lives in Toronto, and he has one signed for me, which I have to go pick up, and I will go pick that up. But anyway, let's go back to June, because poor Matt. There we go. Look at that. That's 2 Vulcan science cruisers, or heavy cruisers, or whatever, and the Enterprise D. Very nice, Matt. Very nice. Let's see. This one is done by Tobias Richter. We also know Tobias Richter very well. Dyson Sphere Geological Survey. So you got an Oberth class there, a Nebula class. They're going into the Dyson Sphere. What's next? Because I'd rather talk about anything than this fucking episode. This one is done by Mr. Doug Drexler and Ali Reese, and it's called Romulan War, the Battle of Paxix. You got the Enterprise doing its thing. You got way too advanced Romulan warbirds for the time, but whatever. And you got some other ships up there. Dar, I don't know what they're, but there you go. Doug Drexler, everybody. Next up is Mr. Johnny's. We also know Mr. Johnny's very well. This is called Class Act. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Unfortunately, it's Discovery, but whatever. There you go. The Shenzhou, and I forget the name, the class name on that one, but there you go. Let's see, what else is up here? Timothy Martin Earls. I know Timothy Martin Earls as well, and this one is called Honey, I'm Home. This is very reminiscent of the Orville episode with the K-line, where they show up at home with the Kalon, and you learn the backstory of the Kalons there. It's parked out front. It's an interesting enough shuttle. Bill Krause. Know Bill Krause very well. Traffic, 49th and Corridon. Ooh, it's got the Balknap and the Archer class. Beautiful, beautiful, baby. How are these other two? Oh, that's Bill Krause's, is it the hood? Yeah, there's the hood up there, and this is the, I can't remember, is it the Repulse? I can't remember. I love how he sneaks in his own designs there. Good job, good job. Next up is Lewis Nevin. Don't know Lewis Nevin, but Dry Dock Carlton at San Francisco. So this is a Dry Dock pick with the Galaxy class in there. Stop flying your travel pods into the goddamn ships. All right, that's it. That is the Ships of the Line calendar, available at any calendar club. Is it calendar club? Calendar someplace. Calendar people. Go buy it. It's the only calendar I get every year, honestly. Sylvia bought me one for years. It was the thing she got me at one of the things she got me at Christmas time. And now she's mad because everybody fucking sends me these. So she can't buy them for me anymore. She can, but you know, I've had them. I had 150 from 2020. Was it 2020 or 2021? Sent to me by Matt Cushman, who's James Cushman's brother, because Matt Cushman did the, I think it was the Daedalus class cutaway on that one. So, but yeah, so I get these all the time now. So I have extras of some of them. Sylvia can get me one then, says Olivia. Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to happen. So there you go. All right, moving on. There. Now, I hope Eric Martin will shut the hell up because he's always bothering me about when are you doing the calendars? There you go. Moving on about the episode, though. Samuel says maybe Peanut Hamper is behind the synth attack on Mars. She converted the synths. Good job. Solaris, the long haul rail fan, as in a starship from long ago. Okay. Squadron Course, what if Badgie fell in love with Peanut Hamper, but she malfunctioned, and so he had to repair her? Bride of Badgie, like Bride of Chucky. Awesome. Sean says, you going to New York Comic Con? I am not. Hell no. Solaris, the long hauler, is from Tennessee. Captain Casey Stewart says, I would certainly watch Shades of Grey over this any day. Yeah, Shades of Grey at least had the flashbacks to their episodes, right? Terrence Childs, do you guys get Cheetos over in London, Canada? Hell yes, we get Cheetos. Absolutely. Love the flaming hot ones. Peter the Caco, seen that new Power 543 short film. Well done. Stop sucking up to the boss. Matt, I just saw your message. I don't know who you're talking about, but Ozzy says, did the Cerritos change their access code? Probably. Sean O'Sullivan, I can hear Trekyardians without adding to the galaxy. I can't hear Trekyardians without adding to the galaxy. Eric Martin says, whoever pitched this episode must have had pictures of Mike M with a goat. Okay, blackmail. I get it. That's funny, but rude. We like Mike McMahon. Olivia Julius throws in $5. Is there a Trekyards episode about Peanut Hamper's warp sled? Looks interesting. I demand a full breakdown. How do you do warp 0.2? Because they're on the warp scale. Once you hit, okay, it's complicated. Like I said, we did a whole fucking episode on this, and it was never edited and released. I believe we filmed it. I know I wrote a script. Anyway, there's the impulse scale and then the warp scale, and we talk about impulse speeds, and we get input from Rick Sternbach, who talks about how impulse works specifically, even reverse impulse, and also the warp scale. So they did achieve warp. In case you couldn't tell, yes, it was 0.02, which didn't make sense. It should be 0.1. It should be 1.02, but it wasn't. it's complicated. There's different. I don't want to get into it. That's a whole episode, amazingly enough, and maybe one day you'll see it. George Mangrum. I'm from Orlando, Florida. It had a few funny parts, but was mostly cringe. It's definitely mostly cringe. Terrence Childs. Question to the people in Florida: aren't you guys flooded over there? In some spots, I believe. Jeremy Caulfield, almost an Avatar ripoff, but more cringe. Yeah, that's what I said from the beginning. It felt very Avatar and or Dances with Wolves, but Avatar is just Dances with Wolves in space. So, yeah, you get those vibes. Mark says, well, Peanut Hamper is fully functional. It's got a replicator on the front of her. She can do whatever she needs to do. Mark says, oh, I read that one. Damn it. The other Mark Henson says, okay, so I just got here. It seems you didn't like it that much. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ending. I enjoyed the reveal of the ancient ships and the battle that ensued, and the weapons on those ships were very cool. There's lots to like, but even more to not like. So Peanut Hamper is just fucking irritating and annoying, and I absolutely despise Peanut Hamper. Have since the first time she showed up, and I started to trick myself over the years. I'm like, why do I hate Peanut Hamper so much? I haven't gone back to rewatch that episode. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Peanut Hamper. Go into this fucking episode and it's like, all right, cool. The mathematically perfect redemption. Cool. And it got to the point where there might have been a redemption. I was like, yeah, okay, maybe I can no, I can't because you're still a bitch, Peanut Hamper. Is there a more irritating Star Trek character? Wesley's not that irritating. Neelix is not that irritating. I actually really like Neelix. I'm one of the people that likes Neelix. So yeah, no, it's just Peanut Hamper is the worst Star Trek character ever created. Hey, Captain, do you think that they might bring back Lieutenant Emrys from the animated series of the original Star Trek, and wonder if she's still around and what role she would be playing? I haven't thought about if they'd bring her back. She'd probably be very old, and the cats do have 9 lives. I don't know. That's a good question. Matt Boardman, I still need to send you some. Yes, you do. I just got my 2024 concept approved today. Ooh, which one, Matt? Which one? You showed me some. Tell me which one. Terrence Childs, is there a Nebula-class starship in your calendar? Yes, there is. Check A, the best episode last week, the worst episode this week. Yes. Matt Berman said, there's my image. Peter Lukaku, so those were naughty server computers locked away in a server jail? No, they were sentient AIs. Matt Berman says, I will send them this Saturday. I believe you, Matt. Thousands wouldn't, but I will. Don't forget last year's. You're sending me just last year's and this year's, or you're sending me last year's and the year before that? I don't remember. Don't forget any that you've signed. Jonathan, I really didn't like this episode. I like Rick and Morty, but I would compare this to a bad Rick and Morty episode. The goofiness was over the top, and Lower Deck tends to be more grounded than this. Amen. Geraldine Karstensen puts in $20. Thank you. Those super chats are glorious. Thank you so much. Glad you're better. Missed this episode. If Combs is on it, it has some redeeming qualities. Yes. Matt Boardman said that's Thomas Maroney. Eric Martin said Calendar Club has stores in malls and a website and a websits. I don't know what a websits is, but it sounds interesting. That's what spiders do. That's what websits. Sorry, you can hear pugs snoring. Matt Boardman, Donnie does amazing work. He does indeed. Mr. Captain 93 says, that was a different episode tonight. Yeah, that's why we're talking about goddamn calendar. Matt Boardman, bah ha 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 ha. It is total garbage. What is your picture? Okay. Peter says, looks like shit. Wow. Warp God 6 says the centerfold itself makes it worth it. Yep. Peter Vakako, what's the next Lotto Max at? I don't know. I just was at I saw it like 2 days ago. I think it's 27 million. I could be wrong. Solaris, so this episode is that bad. Starfleet needs the Aurola's tech, and also enjoy the line and also enjoyed the line cheap knockoff of the Aurelian species from Star Trek, the animated series. Yes, you're a poor man's Aurelians. Daniel Darnell, I love the episode and its silly yet dark humor. Plus, I'm all about making Peanut Hamper an evil computer villain. Well, that's what they're doing. That's what they're leading up to. She's gonna be back. You know it. Matt Boardman, love the Bills. Love that Bills are practical models. He does fucking great work. You got to see it in person, my friend. You got to come to Wonderfest, Matt. Solaris says, well, Ide has gone where they did not intend to go. Zachamus says, I loved and still love Discovery style. Just wish that it wasn't trying to be a prequel and I accept it way more. Totally agree with you. Take all these ships and turn the timetable way forward and fine. Yep. Squadra Corps said, the calendar makes me want more months in the year. Olivia says, Sylvia can send her one. No. Terrence Childs, how long does it take the Federation to build a starship like the Galaxy class? 3 years. We did an episode on the Galaxy class. It was a 3-parter. It was amazing. I think we talk about it in there. It's 3 to 5 years or something like that. I can't remember offhand. It takes a while. Captain Casey Stewart, love the picture in one of the old calendars of the testbed Connie in the warp tunnel with testing the warp drive. Yes, with the yellow markings on it. Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorites as well. Squadra Course throws in $1, so thank you, Squadra Course. War God 6, I like to mix my themes. I'm mad at myself. I choose between Kiss and Year of the Klingon for 2020. I should have and still want to find an unmarked Year of the Klingon calendar. Olivia Julius throws in $2. Talk about anything else? How's your prostate? My prostate is very well. Very well. War God 6, they canceled Windsor Comic Con. I don't know why. Did not know that. Mark says, maybe I need to watch this again. Don't see how it was as bad as Shades of Grey. Transformatics, nice name, I like that. I thought it was a great episode. It had a fun story that featured a tertiary character. So what? It wasn't chock full of fan wank nods to the other series. Still the best Trek on TV right now. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And I say that all the time. Just because an episode of Lower Decks is like, it's not my favorite. It's still fucking great. And I'd much rather watch it over certain other things. So yeah, it's Lower Decks. It's going to be good regardless. It's just not as good as the other ones, that in my opinion. Wasn't in TMP, it was Full Impulse was warp 0.5. Yes, it was. Again, complicated. I have a script written. I researched that fuck out of that, and I talked to Andrew Probert and Rick Sternbach, so their input is in the script as well. Anyway. Didn't the original movie Head of Wars 0.5 or something like that? I just assumed below speed is half the speed. Yeah, exactly. That's what you assume, but it's not quite that. Plus, that's also the old warp scale. It changes between the movie era and TNG, and there's. I don't want to get into it. It's explainable, but it's difficult. Dances with exocomps, yes. BJ Turan, beginning and ending were the best parts. Yeah, I would agree. Gene Owoski Jr., not one of my favorite Lower Decks episodes. Daniel Darnell, that's what I thought too, Captain. Half warp, aka full impulse, and half the speed of light, so no time dilation. Yes, the time dilation thing is the key, because the closer you get to like warp or speed of light, which is warp 1, the more time dilation there is. So there's compensating factors in impulse and warp that account for that. And Rick had a fantastic explanation for it. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I do have it written down. Like I said, it's in a script. I believe we recorded the script. We might not have, but I did write it because I remember researching the hell out of this. This was a few years ago. So maybe one day you'll see it. It's another Enterprise coming in to rescue the Cerritos. Yes. George Mangrum, no Cerritos and no Protostar in the calendar. Disappointing. I'd say wait till next year. There might be a Cerritos and or a Protostar. Good tea, nice house. This episode was quite silly and officially first stinker of the entire series, but this still is not as bad as Stinkers Are Us. Oops, I mean Star Trek Discovery, lol. There's still a lot of episodes of Discovery I absolutely love and would watch over episodes of Picard, let's say. So, yeah, I totally agree with that statement. Peanut Hamper or Jar Jar Binks worse? I didn't mind Jar Jar Binks. Again, kind of like Neelix. I think gets too much hate and he's a little underappreciated. I had no problem with Jar Jar Binks. I still don't. I think he's hilarious. Annoying, yeah, but that's the point. Mark says I might be misremembering, but the weapons on the ancient ships kind of make me think of the weapons from the ship from that episode that had the good tea, nice house line. Yes, the Hussock. I destroyed all Hussock everywhere. Matt Boardman, I can send you 2022 and 2023, and I'll get them in 2054. So good, yes. I love you, Matt. Gene Iwaski Jr., I wonder if Badgie will end up in the evil computer wall. Maybe. Maybe Badgie infects those evil computers and they link together and... Ooh. Mark Lawrence throws in $10. Thank you so much, Mark. You're a lifesaver. I got some laughs out of this one. Peanut Hamper still hasn't learned, and now a possible return of Jeffrey Combs, sentient computer, in a team up. Love the last time on recap as well. Yeah, last time on, but from a different perspective was great. I thought that was fantastic. You know me, how I feel about last time on. I was like, fuck, thanks. I was going to skip through it, and I thought, no, I better watch this. This is Lower Decks. And sure enough, they didn't disappoint. Mark says, it's not a first reaction live without Puggy snore. This is true. And I got 2 Puggies now to snore. Right? You don't look comfortable. Look at this shit. Tell me if this looks comfortable to you. That's how she's laying. She looks like, are you okay? She's like, everybody's complaining about my snoring. I don't want to be made fun of. And there's this little one too. Stop making fun of the pug snoring. Daniel Darnell, Peanut Hamper is the tech version of a member from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but that's why I love it. Plus, it always ends up with her getting in a worse situation. Jonathan says, I was thinking about how a ship like Voyager would essentially harness the power of a nuclear bomb, but needed to ration the replicator usage, but Peanut Hamper somehow has unlimited power. Facepalm. Peter Lukaku, $2. Squadra Course ×2. Ooh, Peter Lukaku is bringing it, man. Mr. Captain 93, that was an interesting episode, I guess. Not sure what to think. Yeah, I walked away from the episode saying, what the fuck did I just watch? And then Olivia in our group chat said, what the fuck did I just watch? And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. So, Smart Smears, this is definitely going to be a polarizing episode, but I loved it. Also, finally get vindication for hating Peanut Hamper. Good prediction. Peanut Hamper's I've hated Peanut Hamper since the beginning, and that's on record. So, Terrence Childs, thank you very much for answering my question on how long it takes to build a Galaxy-class starship. Yeah, I believe it's 3 to 5 years. Check out our episode. We have a 3-part Galaxy-class episode. It's really well done. We do talk about the construction of the Galaxy-class ships. So, Squadron Course throws in $1. Thank you so much. Peter Lukaku, divided by 2. Yes. Terrence Childs, when is New York Comic Con anyway? I know it's on a weekend, but I have no idea the month. It's this weekend. Like, it's already started. It started today, Thursday. On Saturday, there will be a Picard panel and very likely a new Picard trailer for season 3. So it's this weekend. We need a Badgie versus Peanut Hamper episode. Samuel is going to have a lot of takes on this episode. You'd think so, wouldn't you? I've already recorded my review with him, and was surprised by his reaction to it. Captain Casey Stewart, Masks episode was my least favorite episode of Trek until now. Lower Deck, Season 3, Episode 7. Terrence Childs, thank you for answering my question on New York Comic Con this weekend. I can't possibly do anything about it. Smart Smears, even if one isn't a fan, they at least have to respect trying to be experimental. I feel like that's what's missing from Strange New Worlds and makes Lower Decks the clear best new Trek. Gene Owoski Jr., I hope there is a runabout picture in the calendar. There was not. BJ says, I like Neelix too, from Voyager. Eric Martin said, this is Lower Deck's version of The Way to Eden. Yay, brother. Matt Boardman, bahaha, 2054. We'll have drones and have to avoid the Minority Report that year. Yeah. Beefy bird guy. Can a Federation replicator make Cheetos? Yes. Eric Martin, thanks for reviewing the calendars. I owe you some cheese. Yes. Trek or not? Hey, and what the fuck did I just watch? Peter Lukaku, Tom Cruise will be 92. Will the Borg rescue Peanut Hamper? I mean, possibly. Squadron Court says Peter Lukaku and still doing his own stunts. Terrence Childs, do you think a food replicator can make poutine? I call it poutine personally, but all the French Canadians get all uppity if you call it poutine. It's poutine. Would you like some poutine? Maybe with some Grey Poupon? Yes, they could make poutine, I'm sure. Peter Lukaku, under heavy medical supervision. Trek or not, the style reminded me of the Ewoks animated movie. Yeah, it did feel very Ewok-y from that village as well, yeah. Imagine McCarr dealing with Peanut Hamper. Matt Boardman, and probably still jumping out of planes. Oh, we're talking about Tom Cruise, yeah. Not a Band Account says, long live Charles III, long may he reign upon the plains in Spain. Moi. Smart Smear, speaking of famously disliked characters, I actually do think Wesley was lame, but Pulaski was great. I didn't like Pulaski for a long time. When we rewatched TNG for our reviews, Pulaski came off a little bit better. Changed my mind a tad, but she's still a bitch. And by the time they got her character good, it's like, oh, by the way, bye. She's out the door. So they just tried to make a male version of McCoy to kind of spar with Data, like Spock and McCoy and Data and Pulaski. Just didn't really work. She just came across as a crass bitch. Near the end of the season she softens up. They kind of learned, I think, from their mistakes and the way they wrote her, and she became a much better character. And I do appreciate her a lot more now. I still don't like her. I would want her to be my doctor, though. Like, there's that metric. I'd love her to be my doctor because I know she would take care of me. But I don't think I'd want her on my crew telling me, arguing with me and shit. Like, get the hell out of here. Neelix was a good character, but very underutilized. Episodes like the War Memorial one with the PTSD, Neelix really utilized Ethan Phillips' acting talent, but he rarely got such depth in the writing. Yeah, that's the problem with Voyager. I mean, remember when Neelix died and there was no afterlife and he was fucking traumatized by that? And then next week, everything's all right again. Jumping out of planes is awesome. I'm with Tom Cruise on that one. Not a band account. The Warp Core. Cool or lame? If you're talking about the Warp Core in a ship, I think they're cool. But I don't know if that's what you're referring to. Mark Lawrence says, I was surprised they didn't have Dr. Megalomo as part of the landing party, as he's an avian species. I said the exact same thing in our review that you'll see tomorrow. I absolutely agree with you. I love that when the distress signal got to the Cerritos, all of our crew were on board on the bridge. Everybody was there. Rutherford, Tendy, Boimler, Mariner, Shax, Ransom, and Freeman, and Migalamoo. Yeah, they missed a trick by not having him go down with them on the even just beaming down would have been nice. But yeah, they missed something with that for sure. But Captain Casey Stewart said, I really liked Pulaski. Peter Lukaku, $5, pineapple pizza. Peter just doesn't want to be here. Precious. Pineapple pizza is a sin against humanity and food and pizza and pineapple. Pineapple on its own is great. Pizza on its own is great. You combine the two, somehow the greats equal or cancel each other out, and you get something that's just disgusting. Gene Oscar Jr. Stewart. That's not how you spell my name, but hello. How do I get the runabout set plans from Samuel? What do you need me to make it happen? I don't know. You got to talk to Samuel about that. I have no control over that. Just email trekyards@hotmail.com unless you have a direct line to Samuel through Twitter or Facebook, and ask him. I have no, even if you want me to tell him to give them to you, good luck with that. I tell him to do a lot of things that he just doesn't do. So you got to talk to him directly about that. You could give me $5,000 and I'll mention it to him. No guarantee you're going to get the goddamn things. So you need to talk to him about that. Trek or not, Picard is fast becoming my least favorite character. As I have aged, he has increasingly come across as inept, pompous, and privileged, and the man has lost too many starships. Tell us how you really feel, Trek or not. Ozzy says Peanut Hamper is going to do a prison break by using the access code to open the doors. Smart Smears, yeah, she definitely needed another season, and at the beginning of the season, she was truly awful. Also, even as a comedy show, Tiana somehow comes across nicer as Pulaski. Yeah, I like Tiana, actually. Yeah. Perlasky is greater than Pulaski. That's very clever. Terrence Childs, do you guys get a Bud Lime over in Canada? Please tell me you don't. Sounds familiar. I'm sure we do, but I don't know. I haven't seen it myself, but it does sound very familiar. Transformatics. I love that name. That's really cool, by the way. I thought the TOS pilot doctor was a hoot. Dr. Boyce, yes. The first we see the guy, and he's breaking out the portable bar for Pike in true swinging 60s fashion. LOL. Yeah, Dr. Boyce was great. They did really needed Dr. Boyce in Strange New Worlds, I think. It would have been great to have been played by Jeffrey Combs. It's definitely a role he could pull off. I'm surprised they didn't do that, actually. Darth Maul, Trekyards, the evil computer who speaks first is the hold, and the hold next to Peanut Hamper sounds a lot like the school computer from TNG episode Rascals. Could very well be. I wouldn't be at all surprised. As a matter of fact, I could probably say 90% sure that it is. Knowing Mike McMahon and team, yeah, I can see it 100%. Got something that's sticky on my arm. What the hell, man? All right, I'm back. Trek or not, the Pulaski data interaction was awful at times. Data. My name is Data. Data? What's the difference? One is my name, and one is not. Bitch. Fucking love that scene. Not a banned account. In the next season of Picard, he will continue to apologize for it and acknowledging his privilege. Smart Smears, saying I like pineapple pizza will finally be the thing that gets me publicly shamed on this channel. It's better than pepperoni. that, you're 100% wrong. You're 100,000% wrong. Pepperoni's fucking dope, man. I love pepperoni. I love pineapple. I could eat a bowl of pineapple right now. I would love it. They should not be anywhere near each other. Matt Boardman, hell, I paid $50 to have him send me digital characters of the two of you, and I never got them. LOL. Commander Cocking's gone wild. He's very protective of his assets. I'll still try to get you those, Matt, for fuck's sakes. Captain Casey Stewart, Captain Foley, do you know who did the center calendar photo on one of the old calendars with the hero ships and secondary main ships facing forward towards you in the picture? Yeah, all of the hero ships and then all the villain ships, those ones, those were done by Doug, I believe. I think Doug did those ones. Matt Boardman can probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's who did those. I do have a puzzle of that. That is a great picture in all of its forms, even if it's just the hero ships or it's just the villain ships or you have both. It's beautiful. PJ DeLont says Gary Sinise for Dr. Boyce. J-Pod, hello everyone. Donnie, hello. Great to see the iconic CBS iMark logo in Lower Decks again. Yeah, the one sentient AI has the CBS logo. Peter Lukaku, I just found out that the actor that played Sulu in Star Trek Continues, that was on Mythbusters, is dead. Yeah, Grant Imahara. He died a few years ago, actually. I forget what from. I think it was just a heart attack or something. But yeah, he's been dead for quite a while. It's a shame. He was young. He was a nice guy. Tertiary adjunct. Yeah, Mythbusters dude is dead. Trek or not, pizza with charred lamb shreds and red onion changed my mind. But think of the little baby lambs. Bah, bah. Don't eat me, Trek or not. Squadra Course, Grant Imahara, neat guy, sad we lost. Yes. BJ DeLont, fruit and cheese is a life decision. I love a good charcuterie board, man. Give me a charcuterie board, with crackers and different kinds of, sliced meats and some variety of cheeses, maybe some grapes, olives. Put olives on a charcuterie. My God, charcuterie is my spirit food animal. If I'm ever at any of your houses, crack out a charcuterie layout and I will love you forever. Donnie says, I plan to, okay. Watch the final season of Picard, yet the vid of Stephen Barton conducting Jerry Goldsmith, TMP, how priceless and timeless. Matt Boardman, yep, Doug made both those covers for the Ships of the Line books, which I have those Ships of the Line books, and I have them signed by Johnny's, Doug Drexler, and Rick Sternbach, and I had them signed at Doug's house, which was awesome. That was a great day. Where the hell are they? Oh, they're up there. Yeah, because they're longer, so they don't fit in this bookcase. They're up on top. I've got the first Ships of the Line book, and then the second one, which is just the same pictures, just with more pictures in. They need to release another one now. Tertiary adjunct, seize the time, live now, make now always the most precious time. Now will never come again. I totally agree with all that. Captain Casey Stewart, the Galaxy class in the picture is huge compared to those other hero ships. J-Pod, the first watch of this Lower Decks episode might be unpopular, but I enjoyed it. And it's the more I sat with, the more problems that have come up with it. Crazy, but they put Starfleet Ensign in storage. Among other problems. Well, a traditional brig wouldn't have worked. Terrence Childs, do you think Ben Maxwell was charged with war crimes when he murdered all those Cardassians in The Wounded? He probably was. He was right, though, first of all. And he had a distinguished career. I don't know how they dealt with him, but yes, I guarantee they probably pushed the war crimes thing a bit. I feel bad for the guy because he was right in his thinking. And Picard knew it, but Picard couldn't really act on it. He just kind of told the Cardassians, hey, you know, if you're doing these things, you might want to stop. It's a delicate balance there, man. Trek or not, ships look like Sona ships. You'll need to watch our episodes on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, especially Sundays. Guys, hit that like button. We have 44 likes. Can we get to 50 likes? I'd love at least another $30 in super chats if possible. So if you guys can super chat, it would be great. I don't know when we're going to end. Who knows what we're going to talk about? I mentioned charcuterie boards. I'm sure we'll start talking about cheese and, you know, pepperoni and shit again at some point. I can show the Ships of Line calendar again. The episode, PJ Delant says I'm not bullshitting about fruit and cheese being a life decision. Peter Lukaku, good question. Highly decorated captain. I'm sure they didn't tell him to chill and open a soup kitchen. Trek or not, perhaps there were stretch facers. Perhaps where the stretch facers got their ships. Yes, there's a whole... Dude, stop talking and watch our episode on Sunday. Eric Martin says a little brie with Melba toast is great during a holiday. Speaking of holidays, the 10th of October is Thanksgiving here in Canada. I know you guys have yours in November in the States, but here in Canada it's on the 10th. Sunday, so on Sunday I'm going down to Toronto to my Sylvia's uncle's place and for Thanksgiving dinner. And he works at, well, he did work at Nelvana. He worked on shows like the Ewoks cartoon. He worked on Beetlejuice. He worked on Roly Poly Oly. He's worked on a numerous amount of animated shows. And he's a fantastic artist, great guy. So I'm doing that on Sunday. Not that you care, but I just thought I'd share a little of my life with you. I sent before you said ha ha ha. Donnie Pearson, Garrison Easton, Star Trek, yes please. That would be awesome. J-Pod, Ewoks cartoon was a great watch as a kid. Yes, I loved Ewoks. I also loved droids. I don't know why I love droids. Watching droids now is painful. Ewoks is still pretty good. But I know why I liked droids when I was a kid. I'm a huge R2-D2 fan. I love astromech droids. You guys should know that by now. So I thought droids was right up my alley, but it's a tough watch these days. I mean, it's not awful and it's not unwatchable, but it's just, yeah. Quadricore says, sadly, I've got no more likes to give. Behold my field of likes, for it is barren. Usually it's my field of fucks. Yeah, so I mean, this episode, like I said, the Avatar vibe was definitely present. The chief's son being, you know, having a relationship and then meeting this strange exotic girl who ended up falling in love and getting married. It's odd to say the least, but yet very typical. Very typical. But the ending was not at all typical, like her betraying them. And Peanut Hamper's just... Peanut Hamper... I hate everything about Peanut Hamper. I thought she wanted to be a Dabo girl on Free Cloud, just to piss off her father. I love the Sky Snake. Hey, Does everything around here fly? Yes. Well, then shouldn't that just be a snake? That was friggin' hilarious, gotta say. Um, I love the battle. Those ships looked cool in motion, and those weapons were fantastic. I love the damage the Cerritos took. I thought that was so well done. I simply loved it. Also, the scavengers. I can't remember what they're called. I have it written down downstairs. Anyway, the scavenger ship was all right. Scavenger ship, but their shuttle, the scavenger shuttle, was hella cool, man. I really liked that. So yeah, we need to. We're not going to do an episode on it just because we're not. But yeah, as for the ship designs, very Sona-like from Insurrection. Watch our episodes on Saturday and Sunday. I think you guys will enjoy them. At least you better. Eric Martin says, do you like the Monty Python cheese skit? Probably. It's not ringing a bell. I can't remember it offhand, but J-Pod, anyone remember Dino Riders? I remember Dino Riders. Peter Lukaku, $5. Saw you driving the Camaro to Toys R Us. How's she doing these days? You saw me driving the Camaro? You're in London? Bruh. Or did you just watch my video? That sounds like you saw me, like you drove by me, or I drove by you. Camaro's doing great. Camaro is doing fucking phenomenal. It is running beautifully. It's so good. I still need to do work on it, obviously. I have not waxed it this year. I haven't done like a good compound with the buffer and like, you know, got all the haze out of the paint. Because back in '79, this has got the original paint job still. Back in '79, they didn't do a clear coat. So this paint gets hazy and it goes from a nice midnight blue metallic to kind of like a weird hazy purple. Not really a fan, just got to say, but I have not had the time nor desire to do that this year. And now that fall is upon us, it's going to go away for the winter. And so, yeah, anyway, no, it's doing great. The Camaro is doing fantastic. Got a few little niggles that I need to work out. And that definitely needs some work in a few places. But overall, very, very good. Very good. Thank you for asking. Spinny wheel. Trek or not, see Super Mario Brothers teaser. No, today was the first I heard about it. All of a sudden my fucking feed is full of, that's not his voice. He can't even, and then another person said, I saw the thing and, you know, did a good job, really enjoyed it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? Is a Mario movie? And then, yeah, then I did, the first time hearing about it today, it just started populating my fucking Facebook feed. So, Squadron Course, how about $1 instead? Thank you, Squadron Course. When likes cannot be given, dollars are appreciated. And now I'm only $20 away from my goal. $20 away from my goal. If anybody can throw in a 20 or 2 10s or some 5s, I would really appreciate it. Any super chats would be greatly appreciated. If you're able to, please consider doing so. Would really appreciate that, guys. Terrence Childs, I'll send you a pumpkin pie for your Thanksgiving. I love pumpkin pie. But it needs Cool Whip. Cool Whip. And not real fucking, you know, whipped cream. I don't like real whipped cream. Like, I'll eat it. It's fine. But I prefer Cool Whip. I know it's not real and it's kind of like processed oil. I don't really care. It tastes so goddamn good. So Cool Whip for me on the pumpkin pie for sure. My ex-wife has a scar on her ankle from a real whipped cream spray bottle. You know how it's got the jagged edges on the top of the spray nozzle. She's got a scar from one of those. Just say it was maybe. Was it on the floor or on the bed? I can't remember. But she rolled over and cut her leg on it. It was quite an unfortunate evening. that went off the rails really quick. But no, I prefer Cool Whip. So thank you for the pumpkin pie. It'll be awesome. Ahova Harry, I loved it. From Castaway to Avatar, the movie Insurrection with the Baku reference. Very funny and huge shock value scenes. Yeah, the Castaway thing. Sophia, was it Sophia or Sophie or Sophia? I love how she's like, we'll be friends forever, and then sacrifices her right away because Peanut Hamper is just a bitch. J-Pod, they had so missed the opportunity having the cat doctor and bird doctor. Don't want to butcher their names. Interact with the aliens. That's Tiana and Dr. Meglamoo. Eric the Bat says, Cap's got a stalker. Stephen W. Fathry from Text Trek is here. How's it going, Stephen? $5. Thank you so much. I like the added detail of the deflector dish on Peanut's warp setup. I would want an Eagle Moss model of her strapped into the nacelle. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Solaris says, well, Captain, because of that, they know how bad it was. They had to put something good at the end to keep you watching. Yeah. Peter Lukaku says, yeah, I was in London getting my hair things done in vain. I'm like, was that the car? LOL. Then I saw your video at Toys R Us. Yeah, man. Well, shit. If you ever see me again, like, swerve at me or some shit. Just don't hit me, but swerve at me at least. Get my attention. I would love to meet you, man. That's cool. Where was I? Do you remember? Because that day I went for lunch with Cassie. So I drove down Exeter, went to the car wash, washed the Camaro, drove all the way down Exeter to Wonderland. No, to White Oaks Road. Took White Oaks Road up to, I forget the subdivision, the street name, but took that over to the dealership where she works on Warncliffe, picked her up for lunch, went down Southdale to Wonderland and Southdale. We went to the Wendy's there for lunch, and then I took her back, and then I took Southdale again back down to Wonderland, because that's where Toys R Us is. Went to Toys R Us. Then I took Wonderland all the way down to Commissioners, took Commissioners all the way up to Wellington, took Wellington all the way down to Exeter again, and took Exeter home. Just went for a little drive. So, where'd you see me? Eric the Bat says Mario will always sound like Captain Lou Albano to me. Oh yes, Captain Lou Albano, the wrestler. He was Mario in live action for the Mario cartoon, because they had live action segments at the beginning and the end. Urs says, if we make whipped cream, we make it the old-fashioned way, with sugar. Terrence Childs, what, you being blonde and all, and you... What, you being blonde and all, you know you're supposed to be wearing blue, right? What? Jason says, USS Maverick, NCC 51688, Galaxy Class. Look at it. Look at it. Would you look at that? Look at it. Let's just look at it. Would you look at that? If you know what I'm talking about, I love you. Peter Lukaku throws in $10. Smoked Gouda cheese on a Britain cracker with a piece of salami. Matt Boardman, $10. The other half of that 20. Thank you so much, Matt. I'd settle for a calendar, but thank you. J-Pod has joined the channel at the rank of Captain. Welcome aboard, Captain. Thank you so much for your service. Hopefully you stick around for a long time. You can join me at the captain's table anytime. Just ignore those pesky little commanders. Psh, they're nobodies. Psh, I'm just kidding. All you guys are great. Squadra Course, $1. Thank you, Squadra Course. Gina Waski Jr., LOL, on the pug sleeping. You go, girl. Yeah, I'm sorry about them. You should smell this room right now. This little one here gobbles up her food so fast sometimes. Her farts are fucking atrocious, and I can hardly breathe right now. My eyes are watering. It stinks in here. Just be glad this isn't smell-o-vision. Captain Casey Stewart. Captain, what R2 droid looks like R2-D2 but red instead of blue? That is R2... Oh my god. Oh, looks like R2 with the red, with the dome. Or the bad motivator one. Because that's R4, R2, R4D5. R5D4. Okay, my dyslexia is kicking in huge right now. I can't remember what the bad motivator one is. There is one that is like R2 with red instead of blue, and I don't know what he is. I don't know what his name is. So my bad. Sorry. Don't hit me. Solaris, just wondering if Nashville can a Comic-Con convention. How much con could a Nashville Nash if a Comic-Con could convention? That's how I read that. Just wondering if Nashville can a Comic-Con convention. I don't know what you mean, dude. I'm sorry, please restate. Please restate the nature of the YouTube comment. This is Jericho, an alright episode, strange 180 of Peanut at the end. Nice hearing Coombs again, though. Slayer said, has I hat spell check. R5D4, thank you, is the one with the flat top. R2A3 is the round top. Thank you, Squadricourse. Project Achieva, I know that. Look at that reference. I know that. Look at that. Would you get your hands on your hips? Would you look at that? Just look at it. Just look at it. Oh, I haven't watched that clip in so fucking long. It's hilarious. This is Jericho. The aliens reminded me of the ones from Rick and Morty. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that kind of stuff. J-Pod says, it's a pleasure to be aboard, Captain. Thank you so much. Terrence Childs, what's your favorite rifle in sci-fi? The gun from Aliens or the Marine assault rifle from Starship Troopers? Probably the one from Aliens. Actually, we've been playing a lot of Aliens Fireteam Elite on PlayStation lately. I haven't been streaming it, but I've ranked up my Demolisher and my Recon guy. I need to rank up all the other ones, but yeah, we've been playing that a lot. So, same body as R2, but red in Phantom Menace. There you go. It is R2A3. Gene Owoski Jr., this is what you get when you let the writing room staff wing it. Quadricore says, I think it's R2A3. Nashville has several cons. Says R2M5, I think. Ooh, M5. The Multitronic unit. Eric the Bat, a.k.a. Skippy the Jedi Droid. Philip Gaming says hello. Hello, Philip Gaming. How are you today? Appear in any great sci-fi lately? Donnie Pearson, I have not seen Dino Riders, to be honest. Until now, I'm watching the first episode on YouTube, among other things. You always say that, among other things. How many fucking things do you watch at the same time, and how do you pay attention to them? Philip Gaming, this was a Data TNG episode if Data was a jerk. Solaris says, just wondering if Nashville has a Comic-Con convention and where and when it is. I have no idea and no idea and no idea. I have such an itchy goddamn back today. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been like... Apple Pencil for the win. It's right in the fucking middle, too, so no matter which way I go at it, I'm just barely touching it. If you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. This Jericho. Was this the first time we've seen Boimler at helm and Mariner at con? Yeah, I believe so. J-Pod. If you love, talking to Donnie, if you love 80s cartoons, you'll love it. There was a cartoon called Megas XL5 or XLS. It's about a car. It transforms into a robot with or it's a robot with a car head. I can't remember the name of Megas XL something. Megas is Megas. But it was fucking great. I don't know what made me just think of that right now, but I gotta look into that. Solaris says I'll get it out one way or another. Well, mission accomplished. This is Jericho says Dino Riders is where the Jurassic Park franchise is heading to. Yeah. Says you need to get a pitchfork and scratch your back. Well, I have 2 back scratchers. One is down beside where I sit at the couch. And one is in the top drawer of my night table beside the bed. Because at night I'll get an itch or whatever. I don't want to wake up Sylvia. But I don't have one up here. Megas XLR, thank you. Or Mega, is it only Mega XLR? Or is it Megas? Eric the Bat says the long haul rail fan Chattanooga has like half a dozen mid-sized cons. Okay. Solaris says, well, Dino Riders is where Hiccup and Toothless came from. Peter Lukaku, coming from Dalmagary Road, was on Wonderland Drive and saw something like your car. I'm like, was that the man in the car? It was. It was. DuckTales is an 80s cartoon. It is. Donnie Pearson, yet Michael Crichton created Jurassic Park in 1990, 3 years before that book became a Universal picture. Eric the Bat says Megas XLR, and it was like 2006. Yes, I wasn't saying that it was an 80s cartoon. It just, for some reason, it popped into my head. I used to really love that show, and I haven't thought about it in forever. Wondering if it's available anywhere to watch, because I want to watch it again. It was pretty great. I don't know how many seasons there were. I have a feeling there's only 1 season, or possibly 2, but Megas XLR was fucking great. Donnie Pearson, I love DuckTales, both old and new, to be honest. Captain Casey Stewart says R2A3 is red, R2 in A New Hope, and same look for R2M5 in Phantom Menace. This is Jericho. I don't know if imprisoning Peanut Hamper there is very humane. She's a living being after all. What do her parents think? Who gives a shit? She hasn't fucking earned the right to have anything other than what she has, honestly. She's just humane. The very name is racist. Do you hear yourselves? She's not even a human. So who cares if it's humane or not? Don't get me started. Peanut Hamper should be disassembled or crushed or fucking beamed into space on the widest possible dispersion. Like, seriously. Fuck Peanut Hamper. Well, I am heading off have to do some stuff, or I forget. LOL. Have a good night, Cap. See you next time. See you later. Good to see you. Terrence Childs, I don't know if I'm going to watch all the new DuckTales. I haven't seen any of the new DuckTales. Duck Faces, seen a few in my time. Squadron Course, I thought they did a good job with the new DuckTales. Haven't seen it. J-Pod, X-Men animated series in the 90s formed my lifelong comic book reading. Owe a lot to that show. Da-da-da-na-na-na, 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 na-na. Sorry. Donnie says I shall head off as well, Cap, but thank you for another great live stream. See you guys again tomorrow afternoon. Until then, may you and yours live long and prosper. See you later, Donnie. Gene Owaski Jr., if Pulaski had gone all the way through to season 7, it would have been great for her character. But I am glad Gates McFadden finished the show. Right there with you. Solaris says a YouTube group made a radio control Sea Duck from Disney's Tailspin. Terrence Childs, Batman animated series is an excellent show. I have that show on DVD. It's great. Here we go. This is where the fucking show falls apart. This is where the live falls apart. And we start talking about fucking old cartoons. It has happened. It's officially happened. So, welcome back, guys. I'm Captain Foley, and today we're going to be talking about cartoons from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, whatever you guys want to talk about, even from the 70s. Captain Caveman, shit like that, you know. Yeah. Harrison Wells, Captain Foley, did you watch the Thomas Tank Engine Shining Time Station from 80s to 90s? Funny thing about that, my dad watched that. You're like, what? The 80s and 90s? No, you must be mistaken. No, my dad, I would catch my dad watching Thomas Tank Engine. You know why? My dad is a huge model train guy, and the layouts that they had on that show were fantastic. Like the actual layouts. The cars, the locomotives, minus the faces, but it was a good layout, and he would watch it for the fucking layout. He loved trains that much. So yeah, I was in like, I was too old. I was like too old for Thomas Tank Engine, and I catch my dad watching it and be like, huh. He's like, come and sit down, check out this train set. Like, look at this, look at the scenery there. It's like, that's great. Like, I love trains too. I love model trains, but yeah, it's a funny story about Thomas Tank Engine. My dad watched it. Terrence says, are you talking about the amazing Turbo Team? It was a human that transformed into a car. No, that was fucking garbage. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Megas XLR. Look it up. The Viewer, Peanut Hamper was doing well until she messed up and went into robot prison. Daniel's Hot Topics. Hi, Captain. Did you see the Super Mario trailer yet? No, I already talked about this. No, I haven't. I've heard, that's not his voice. He didn't even try to put on a fucking Italian accent. Well, Chris Pratt did a good job in this role. I think it sounds fine. That's all I saw today in my fucking Facebook feed. I didn't even know this was a thing until today. And then I also, every 2 or 3 posts is talking about fucking Mario movie. And I'm like, what the hell is a Mario movie? What, did I miss something? Where can I watch this? Is it out? I mean, you're talking about a trailer. I assume it's not out yet. But shit comes to streaming services, and I'm like, this is the first time hearing about it. What the hell is happening right now? So, no, I haven't seen the trailer yet. J-Pod says, laughing my ass off. Shining Time Station brings back memories. Mr. Conductor. I liked George Carlin in that. And I don't know, was it Baldwin? Stephen Baldwin as Mr. Conductor. And Sir Topham Hatt. Oh my god. Well, isn't Star Trek the animated series? I assume it's around that time. You assume what's around that timeline? Uh, 80s Gummies Bear intro. Oh, Matt Boardman. He knows I love it. Dashing and daring, courageous and caring, faithful and friendly with stories to share. All through the forest they sing out in chorus, marching along as their song fills the air. Gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the Gummy Bears. I fucking love the Gummy Bears, man. It's on my phone. I'll be cruising around in the Camaro and the fucking Gummy Bears song will come on, and I have no qualms. I have fucking show tunes from cartoons on my, I'll cruise around with them on. Thundercats, da-da-da. Thundercats had the best intro, for fuck's sake. Thundercats and Gummy Bears were fantastic. I got Battle of the Planets. I've got the Mighty Hercules. Dun, da, 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 da. Hercules, hero song and story. Hercules, winner of ancient glory, fighting with his might, with the strength of 10 ordinary men. Hercules, hero. People feel safe when near him. Hercules, only the evil fear him. Sharpness in his eyes. Yeah, fuck yeah, I love it. I have no qualms about driving around with that shit. If you don't like it, suck my MP3 player. Gene Iwaski Jr., I think the $5,000 would be better spent breeding a pug that didn't snore. But $5,000. J-Pod. So I'm so glad you don't look at Twitter or Facebook. I do look at Twitter and Facebook all fucking day, every day. It's kind of my job to stay up on things. But yeah, the Mario movie just snuck in under there somehow. Matt Boardman, bah ha ha ha, but old cartoons are so much fun. Yes. Philip Gaming, the animated series is supposed to be the final 2 years of Kirk's 5-year mission. Oh yes, if you're asking when this animated series happened, yes, it's the final 2 years of that 5-year mission, because it got canceled after season 3. I am not a nugget. Blackheart says, wasn't Peanut Hamper just a bitch in the end or not? I mean, that's rhetorical, but still. J-Pod, Dave the Gnome is one of the best. Solaris says around the 70s or 80s. Captain Casey Stewart is clapping for some reason. Oh, my gummy bears. Sorry. J-Pod says, LOL, gummy bears song gonna be stuck in my head. Hell yeah, you gotta go listen to it. It's fucking great. The one time it was mentioned on one of these lives where we were actually talking about cartoons, and I wanted to sing it because I know it so well, and I could not lock onto the tune. I could not do it. Matt was here, and he knows. It was frustrating the shit out of me too. I am not a nugget. Blackheart. Hey, here's to you, by the way. I'm just annoyed by the same time glad that they kept the personality of Peanut Hamper the way she was to the very end. Now we're going to see an AI uprising. Yes. Captain Casey Stewart says TMNT and DuckTales are catchy as well. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell, turtle power, they're the world's most fearsome fighting teams. They're heroes in the half shell and they're mean, or they're green. When the evil Shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut them no slack. DuckTales is how it's DuckTales go. It starts with like lightning. Yeah, I cannot lock on to it. It's frustrating me too because I can see the opening in my head. Oh, dun 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 dun. I got some of it. Here in Duckburg, race cars, airplanes. Dun 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 dun. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery. Or rewrite history. DuckTales. Ooh. There you go. Got it. Ah. Dude, the Spider-Man intro in the 90s was the best. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember that one. The Smurfs. Or the Smuts. The Smuts. I keep being Smurfs. And yes, Smurfs were great. The episode reminded me of Avatar somewhat. 100%. Gene Iwaski Jr. says, what's the flavor of Canada Dry soda you have? It is cranberry ginger ale. It's very good. This is like the champagne of ginger ale, my friend. So good. Having a mix of different stuff like that playing as you drive or doing work is great. An early happy Thanksgiving gift. Thank you so much, Joseph. Jonathan says, speaking of good classic television, CTV Sci-Fi finally brought back Stargate SG-1 to replace Elementary. I do have an appreciation for Sherlock Holmes, but not drug addict, self-absorbed Sherlock Holmes. Hey now. Elementary wasn't bad. Johnny Lee Miller makes a fantastic Sherlock Holmes. I just wish he would be fucking in the Victorian era, because he is a great Sherlock Holmes. Better than Benedict Cumberbatch, dude, in my opinion. It took me a little bit to get into Elementary. I don't like Lucy Liu at all, so that was a big hurdle. But I actually learned to like her character of Watson. Yeah, I have no problem with Elementary. I think it's well handled. His drug addiction, I think, is handled appropriately and not overdone. So there's that. That's a whole other discussion. Captain's intros. Philip Gaming, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers started with lightning. Okay, that's the one that started with lightning. How does Rescue Rangers go? I should fucking know this. I don't know how Rescue Rangers goes. When am I going to start? Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Are we trying to make him sing the theme to Race Cars, Lasers, Airplanes? It's a duck blur. Yes. Now Gummy Bear's theme is stuck in my head. You're all welcome. I got you. All of you. Peter Lukaku, $5. What's the consensus on Quantum Leap? Hoping to take the leap. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I have yet to watch it. I do want to watch it. Looks like your keyboard is having a bit of a stroke there. So, I've heard good and bad. And the good I've heard makes a lot of sense. The bad I've heard is just typical whiny, bitchy fucking. So, chances are I'll probably like it. But no, I have not seen it yet. Please stop. You're just going to give me an earworm for days on end, and I need some rest from earworms. I'm so sorry. Wow, my keyboard went crazy there. It did. Smart Smear says, I enjoyed Elementary, though I only watched season 1. Oh, you gotta watch more. You gotta watch more, for sure. Solaris says, hey, Phil, did you know that they made a Who Framed Roger Rabbit type of movie with Chip and Dale? Yeah, I watched it. It was pretty good. That was another one. People were like, this is so cringy and bendy. I'm like, oh, really? Well, I'm going to watch it anyway. And I really kind of enjoyed it. So I am not Blackheart. I am not a nugget. Blackheart says that theme is not going to be stuck in my head for days on end. Just go watch it on YouTube. Get it. Watch it from beginning to end. That's how you get songs like that out of your head, because your brain gets caught in a recursive loop. It doesn't finish the song, so it keeps. So just go watch it, listen to it, then watch one or two other ones that are different, and then it'll be gone. J-Pod says, I need to watch Elementary. I'll watch any Sherlock Holmes. Jeremy Brett is the best. Jeremy Brett is the best. Terrence Child, did you watch Conan the Adventure in the 90s? Yes. Chippendales. Smart Smear, speaking of procedurally from that era, Leverage is one of the best TV shows out there. I haven't even heard of Leverage, so. As an American, it's just cranberry, so it's not abnormal or rare to call it that, but you do you, my friend. Just cranberry what? It's cranberry ginger ale. It's ginger ale. Cranberry flavored. Sometimes some crimes go slipping through the cracks, but these two don't choose. Is a sort of. Sometimes some crimes go slipping through. Yeah, I need the tune though. Sometimes some crimes go slipping through the cracks, but these two gumshoes are picking up the slack. There's no case too big, no case too small. When we need help, we just call Chip and Dale Rescue Range. Chip and Dale, you're in danger. Yes, I don't remember all the words to it, but yeah, thank you. That's all I needed was the Chip and Dale Rescue Range. Chip and Dale, you're in danger. The new Quantum Leap is supposed to be on City TV on Monday nights in Canada. I keep forgetting to watch it though. Philip Gaming says, I have mixed feelings about the Chip and Dale movie. It makes me think of Matrix 4. I haven't seen the Matrix 4 yet, actually. I'm not a nugget. Blackheart says, did you see the Rescue Rangers movie by chance? Yes, I did. Terrence Childs, the greatest cartoon of the 80s and 90s is hands down G.I. Joe. You guys want me to do the G.I. Joe thing now? G.I. Joe is the code name for America's secret, highly trained fuck's sakes. G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring and highly trained Special Mission Force. Their purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world. Yes. Bah. Eric the Bat. I like the first episode of Quantum Leap, but I am not paying for Peacock Plus. Squadron Course. Have any of you watched Cyberpunk and Runners on Netflix? I have not. J-Pod. Me and my dad would get up every Saturday morning to watch every cartoon. I know he wasn't into kids shows, but he got up early and acted as if he loved it and watched everyone with me. Oh man, that's awesome. I did the same thing with my kids. I would get up with them every morning before school, make sure they had breakfast and all that shit, and sit on the couch on my phone. We usually watch Daily Planet. I don't know if you what channel that's on now, but usually watch Daily Planet and learn some things. And, yeah. Solaris says, I believe that Who Framed Roger Rabbit was the best movie of the live animated mixed movies. Yeah, way better. Oh. Yes. So I'm going to reread that. I believe that Who Framed Roger Rabbit is the best movie of the live animated mixed movies. Yes, I would agree. Way better than Cool World. Cool World was good. I mean, Hollywood, if she could, with Kim Basinger and Brad Pitt and that. But yeah, I think Roger Rabbit's definitely different. I wouldn't, well, it may not be better. Hollywood in that show, though, in that movie, oh my God. Both animated and live action. She was just, oh. Tailspin, Goof Troop, and Darkwing Duck. Great intros as well. Tailspin, yes. Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous. Yes. Goof Troop, not so much. I get what you're saying. It's just, it's going to be endless looping in my head until I watch what you recommend. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm an entertainer. I have to entertain you, even though my singing is fucking god-awful. That being said, my voice is not 100% back yet, so... And I can't hold a tune. I'm probably way off key and sound like shit, but hey, it is what it is. Sergeant Slaughter still looks like a cartoon. I guess staying shaved with a mustache is the trick. Your G.I. Joe intro made me think of the A-Team. Yeah. In 1970... Oh, hold on. How's that go? If you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team. How's that go now? That's also on my MP3 player. Accused of crime they didn't commit. Now wanted by the government. They survive as soldiers of fortune. If you're lucky, no. Something. And if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team. I can't remember the whole intro for that. Hanna-Barbera cartoon intro, up from the depths, 30 stories high, breathing fire, his head in the sky. Never really watched that one. Godzilla. Edge Runners was pretty good, anime style with old school cyberpunk story, not for the kids though. You should watch Leverage, has a lot of Trek alumni crossover, and it's just cool to see thieves screw over evil CEOs. Okay. Yo, Cap, so you were still on. I want to drop in before I go to work and say, what's up? Hey, Kit 10K, long time no see, man. Hope you are well and enjoying your job, my friend. Welcome. Solaris says, Captain, you think that they would bring back Babylon 5? I think they would. I don't know if they will. Leverage and Librarians are both great shows. Kit 10K says, I do like my new job, but hate that I can rarely watch a live anymore. 'Tis all right, my friend. You're not missing anything. You can always watch them after the fact when they're not live. In 1972, In 1972, a crack commando team was sent to prison for a crime they didn't commit. Now, they escaped. Now still wanted by the government. They survive as soldiers of fortune. If you need help and can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team, I think. I wonder if the exocomps were Federation citizens. If so, is legal to put on their evil AI wall? I don't know. In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team. Maybe a new show, Babylon 7, complete with updated Star Fury. That'd be cool. Peter Lukaku throws in $5. Can't wait for Modern Warfare 2. You jumping on that this month? Already pre-ordered, my friend. I played the beta. Played the beta weekend. Had a great time. And yes, I pre-ordered it. So October 27th is when that comes out. J-Pod. Yeah, Babylon 5 is one of those things that I never got around to watching. It's the next thing I'm going to watch. Solaris says the original Quantum Leap guy was the captain of Star Trek Enterprise and NCIS New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Scott Bakula. Gina Waski, is it the pug gift that keeps on giving? Do you want to see the pug? Do you want to see the baby pug? Who wants to see the baby pug? If anybody wants to see the baby pug, throw in $5. I'm holding this pug hostage. I need $5 to show you proof of life. Because it does not look alive. It sounds alive. It smells like it's dying and rotting from the inside. But it's alive. I thought I'd let you know my phone crashed and I lost my Star Trek book I was writing, but thankfully it was backed up. But the background on my ship was lost and I have to rewrite it. Well, you'll do fine. Sorry to hear that, though. That sucks. How is Empress Pug doing? She's good, but I have another pug as well now. We got Precious, who's over there. I don't think Kit's been around to see the new pug. Here we go. That's Precious. That's the pug you all know and love. Precious. You sleeping with your eyes open again? Yes, she is. And then there's this one. This is baby Lola. She's only she's 7 months old now. Lola. Lola. Are you alive? Lola. Poke, 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 poke. It's moving. Lola. 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 There you are. Hi. Does people want to say hi to you and see you so cute? She doesn't care. She just wants to sleep. 'Tis the puggy way, you see. Night Rider. A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade who can't champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law. Let's see. Picard Season 2 came out on Blu-ray on Tuesday, but Amazon is taking their sweet time and sending it to me. You lucky bastard. Who the hell wants to see Picard Season 2? They're saving you. They're like, this guy fucking ordered this. He paid for this shit. Yeah, I know it's trauma-inducing, but I mean, we got to send it to him legally. But hey, we can at least hold it back a bit, so that, you know, he has like a couple of days to spend with his family before he destroys his entire fucking life. haven't been around and didn't know you had about the puggy puppy. She looked terrified. Aw. To champion the innocent. Yes, yeah. There are days that I miss sci-fi shows from the 90s. Yes, baby pug. Dude, sci-fi shows from the 80s and 90s were the bomb diggity, the best. Jonathan, have you seen Resident Alien? Is executive produced and directed by Robert Duncan McNeill of Star Trek Voyager fame. I've seen a few episodes here and there. I really need to watch it from the beginning. But yeah, Alan Tudyk, fuck yeah. I didn't know Robert Duncan McNeill was involved, but that's cool. Gene Iwaski Jr., that is an expensive back scratcher. Where? Matt Boardman, $5 for the baby pug. So he did cough up the money for proof of life. Trekyards says getting the Prodigy game cap. Depends. Airwolf. So, I wasn't paused. It wasn't a YouTube glitch. That was just me doing the Airwolf. $5, Matt. There, you disturbed the pug's peace by throwing in $5. Here she is. How you doing? Want to say hello? Say hello. I'm so tired. I didn't want to go lay down, go sleep. She's fat. She's way too fat for her age. She got this little tiny little head and this huge fat ass body. We got her, and she was 6 months old when we got her. We got her a month ago, and she was fat then. She weighs like 17.5 pounds. She shouldn't weigh that much. Yes, we're body shaming you. We're body shaming you 100%. Look at those people and tell them, say, you need to hold me accountable. Next time you see me, I must weigh less. You're so cute. I love you so much. Can I have a kiss? No, no kisses. Kiss. He's like, hell, I ain't giving you no kiss, bitch. You woke me up. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. Let's put you back in the bed. There you go. How is Admiral Pug doing? And apparently saying, Captain, leave me alone. Admiral Pug is doing fine. It is almost double Big Mac hack time. Okay. Were you aware of the Vic Mignogna allegations a couple of years back? Yes. Kit says, damn, gotta go to work. Cap, later. J-Pod, are you guys going to be playing Star Trek Resurgence? I keep looking out for a release date. Yes, I will be playing it for sure live. And Samuel said he would also do playthroughs, so. The best episodes of Resident Alien are the ones where George Takei guest stars as an alien. I didn't know that either. Goddamn, I definitely need to watch. Solaris says there's anime named Overload. They have done a good job with it. Might want to check it out. Okay. Gene Iwaski Jr. says I needed to get Duckman on DVD. Duckman was fucking great. Jason Alexander is hilarious in that show. That's something I haven't thought of in a long time. I haven't seen all of Duckman either. I've seen a lot of it, but damn, man. Squadron Course says I'm fighting with Unreal 5 at the moment. I think Unreal is winning. Unreal will always win. Harrison Wells, theorizing that one could time travel within his own lifetime, Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the quantum leak accelerator and vanished. He awoke to find himself... No, how'd it go? He awoke to... Shit. God damn it. I can hear that too. Dun. His only companion on his journey is a hologram from the future that only Sam can see and hear. So Dr. Beckett finds himself leaping from life to life, setting right what once went wrong, setting right what once went wrong, and hoping each time that his next leap will be the leap home. Peter the Caco, $1. Thank you so much, Peter. Trekyards says, miss the walk and talkies. Yeah, I haven't walked much this year. Cayman Rider 64, I gotta get me a pug myself. Yes, you do. Solaris says, Overlord, spell check again. Harrison Wells says, find himself in mirror images that were not his own. Yes. And driven by a desire to... Somebody put in the words for Quantum Leap now so I can fucking get it out of my head. Facing mirror images that were not his own. And driven by a desire. Shit, I can't remember now. Superimpose peanut hamper over the fluffy bears and Duckman. He always destroys. Trekyards, so are we getting that Halloween live special with Count Foley? That's fucking funny. I should do something for Halloween. I mean, Halloween, there's a street or a house on the Crescent over that goes all out and really decorates up their house. I might stroll down there for a live on All Hallows Eve. I don't know. We'll see. I love doing things at Halloween. I love going out, but I also love staying at home and watching horror movies and handing out candy. I don't know. I'd like to do something special for Halloween, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we could do what we were going to do last year for a live and do the scariest episodes of Star Trek. Like the Enterprise episode where all the Vulcans are like fucking zombies on that ship. What the hell is the name of that episode? And just talk about the scariest Halloween or scariest horror Star Trek episodes. Dr. Beckett finds himself leaping from life to life, striving to put right what once went wrong, and hoping each time that his next leap will be the leap home. Gonna try Quantum Leap as soon as Kat pulls the trigger on this live. Yeah, I'm gonna do that in a minute. Just watch episode reminiscence of Justice League type. Good stuff. But yeah, I think we're coming up on that 2 hour mark, guys. Sorry, this one is a lot longer. They used to all be 2 hours. Come on. But lately, due to being tired or sore or just not having anything to say, they've kind of been whittled down to an hour, these lives. But this one's almost the 2 hour mark. So, and I'm fucking on top of the world here. I'm like feeling great. And my mind's firing on almost all cylinders. If my mind was a 8-cylinder engine, it'd be firing on 7 cylinders right now. So that's pretty good. Can't believe I can't think of these opening lyrics and stuff, but the fact I could remember some of the tunes, and I mean, that's pretty good. Anyway, on that note, I don't want to keep anybody from watching what they want to watch, like Quantum Leap, so by all means, I think I'll pull the trigger on this one. Anyway. Oh, yeah, and if you guys haven't been paying attention to the Captain Foley personal channel, I did acquire the Lego BD-1 from Jedi Fallen Order, and I will be building that on a live. I'm going to actually set up a camera so you can see the desk, or perhaps me, I don't know yet. I'm going to build it while I have a live and chat with you guys. So I'll be answering like super chat questions because they'll be most noticeable And since I'm going to be focused on building, I'm not going to be able to really follow the entire chat. So you guys will be talking amongst yourselves. But if you want to ask me anything or whatever, I'll read the occasional comment here and there, of course. But the super chats will be the way to get my attention, unfortunately. So, but I want to build this BD1. It looks really fantastic. And if you want to check out the video where I go to Toys R Us, because we have them here in Canada. One of them is 5 minutes from my house. The other one, because there's two in my city, the other one's about 20 minutes away. I go and show off some of the stuff at Toys R Us. So if you're into that kind of nostalgia stuff, check out the Captain Foley personal channel. Yeah, I'm doing a lot more content over there. I'm trying to do short little interesting videos that you guys will be interested in. So by all means, check that out if you get the opportunity. The link for the channel is down in the description. So just click the Captain Foley personal channel and please subscribe if you haven't already. And on that note, Sean T throws in $2, so thank you so much. And I think we'll call it there. So thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a great night. And tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our live complete review and breakdown of this episode. Who knows what we'll have to say? I don't know. There's some interesting stuff, but then some really weird shit. So tune in. Help us out if you can. And I'll call it night. Good night there for now. So have yourselves a good night. Say we'll end off with the pugs. This one's awake now. Hello, precious. Should I say, all right, guys, have a good night, and until next time. See, she knows I'm signing off, which means I'll be getting up, which means we'll be going downstairs. So until next time, he's Commander Cockings. See? Keywords. So until next time. She knows I'm fucking with her now. All right, guys, have yourselves a good night. I'll see you all later. It's Captain Foley signing off. Bye-bye. And this one's too young to realize what's happening yet. She hasn't got triggered and learned all the keywords to the end of a live stream. Isn't that right? So that's these two little shitheads. All right, and that's where I'll end off, guys. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.